Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving straight into some seriously fascinating ideas about human relationships, possessiveness, and the very structure of the human heart. We're mapping out Laiji Siming Chenyan Life Chanyan Guide Sheifeng, the Chao He Herchuzer the Teachings and Writings of Life Chanyan Guide Sheifeng. Specifically, we're zeroing in on a piece titled The Misconceptions of Love. If you've ever wrestled with jealousy or felt like traditional relationship structures are just, well, exhausting, this philosophy offers a radically different lens for viewing human connection. So let's jump right into the author's incredibly provocative opening question. Shufei asks, can one actually love many people at the same time? Think about it. If someone loves 8 different people, does that mean their heart is just divided into 8 smaller, kind of watered-down pieces? For most of us, cultural conditioning screams, yes. We're taught that love is a finite resource. It's like a pie, right? Give a slice to someone and there's less left for everyone else. But Shufeng pushes back on this completely. He argues that this is a total misunderstanding of how love actually operates. To explain why love doesn't just divide into fractions, Xufeng brings in this massive cosmic framework, the holographic view of the universe. Now, in a holographic universe, the idea is that every single part contains the entirety of the whole. It's like how one grain of sand conceptually holds an entire world, or how a single microscopic cell in your body contains your complete DNA profile. The essence of the whole thing is never lost, no matter how small the piece is. He illustrates this with an absolutely brilliant metaphor. Imagine a beautiful full-length mirror. Now, shatter that mirror into 100,000 pieces. You don't get 100,000 fractions of a reflection. If you pick up and look closely at any single tiny shard, it still reflects your entire face. It reflects the whole person. And according to the text, the human heart operates exactly like this. When a person loves many people, each individual love is fully complete. You aren't handing out 10% of your heart here and 20% there. You're giving a complete reflection of your love to each and every person. Let's bring this cosmic theory down to a deeply relatable human level. Think of a mother with 8 children. Does she divide her love by 8? Does each kid only get 12.5% of her affection? Absolutely not. While she might feel a special closeness with one over another on any given Tuesday, her love for each child is entirely whole and complete. She's definitely not handing out fractions of her heart. The philosophy then extends this idea into our romantic and aesthetic lives. It compares loving multiple people to walking into a breathtaking botanical garden. When you stroll through, you're looking at roses, peonies, orchids, and tulips, and you delight in all of them. Sure, you might have a favorite, maybe you're just really drawn to the orchids, but that preference doesn't mean you suddenly hate the roses. According to Xufeng, it's entirely natural to appreciate the unique beauty of different flowers, just like it's natural to appreciate the unique qualities of different people. So the crucial takeaway here is that love literally cannot be measured in portions. The text makes a really bold claim. If you ever find yourself mentally measuring out your love, calculating 3 parts for this person, 2 parts for that person, then what you're doing isn't actually love. If it's fractional, you're just playing games. True love, no matter how many people it's directed toward, is always whole, sincere, and complete. Section 2. The Futility of Control. Subtitle, Jealousy and Human Nature. Okay, let's pivot from those beautiful garden metaphors to something way more gritty and exhausting, the reality of human jealousy. The author argues that craving variety is just a biological and psychological reality for us humans. Think about fruit. Imagine someone who absolutely loves peaches. It's completely natural that they might also enjoy apples, pears, or watermelons, right? If you force your partner to eat only apples for the rest of their life, what happens? You're basically begging for rebellion and resentment. In fact, Xufeng uses this stark, actually pretty funny analogy in the writings. Expecting someone to love only you forever is like demanding they only ever use the toilet at your house, even when they're traveling thousands of miles away. It's just an impossible, unnatural demand. But what if you refuse to accept this? Well, the text warns you're condemning yourself to wallow in misery. If you insist on exclusive control, you'll fall into these frantic, exhausting habits. You know the ones, checking their emails, reading their text messages, maybe even hiring detectives or staging midnight raids just to catch them in the act. The text even dark jokes about resorting to medieval locks to keep a partner. You'll just lie awake at night, completely torturing yourself with worst-case scenarios. Because here is the harsh reality the Life Shimyan teachings present. Locks and chains simply cannot hold love. Unless you literally imprison someone in a room and watch them around the clock, you cannot keep them through force. And the kicker, if you actually try to lock someone down like that, love itself vanishes. When you use control, love disappears, and all you're left with is deep, bitter resentment. Section 3. The New Era Vow. Subtitle: Becoming the Celestial Peach. So if control is entirely futile, what's the actual resolution to this universal struggle with possessiveness? Swiffing proposes this radical mindset shift called the New Era Vow, and it's meant to bring about serious inner peace. The vow goes like this: I love you. I do not care how many others you love. As long as you love me, I am content. Just let the weight of that sink in for a second. It is a total, complete release of the need to control another person's heart. It takes a massive amount of confidence to trust that their love for you, even if they love others, is still a whole and complete reflection, just like that shard of the shattered mirror. It really beautifully contrasts the two paths we can take. We can choose the traditional route of possessiveness, wallowing in misery, playing detective, and basically locking love away until it suffocates, or we can choose the empowering act of self-refinement. Instead of blasting all your energy outward to control someone else, you focus your energy inward to elevate your own character. So how exactly do we do that? According to the teachings, the only real way to captivate a heart is by working on your inner qualities. Step 1, you have to stop tormenting yourself with jealous what-ifs. Step 2, cultivate genuine confidence that their love for you is 100% whole. And step 3, transform yourself from a rough, unripe peach into a celestial peach. In this philosophy, a celestial peach is the absolute sweetest, most valuable version of yourself. When you elevate your own value, you naturally attract and keep love without ever needing a lock or a chain. But what I find really fascinating here is that the text doesn't sell you a fairy tale ending. It stays firmly grounded in reality. It points out that no matter how exquisite you become, even if you truly transform into the sweetest celestial peach in the universe, given the right season and the right environment, a partner might still naturally crave a taste of wild herbs. That is just the undeniable reality of human nature. Making peace with that fact is the absolute final step in letting go of jealousy. Which leaves us with a profound philosophical challenge to reflect on as we wrap up this explainer. Can you truly separate love from ownership? Can we actually break the conditioning that tells us love equals exclusivity and instead find unshakable peace just knowing we are loved completely, regardless of who else our partner might love? It's a challenging, total paradigm shift of a question from Life Shanyan guide Xu Feng, and it definitely forces us to completely reevaluate the foundation of our own relationships.